Humble yourself before the Lord, and He will lift you up. Humble yourself before the Lord, and He will lift you up. He will lift you up. No, no, no. Ha! Good vibe soul, creature of God. Welcome on today's episode. Before we proceed at this point, let me share with you something here that will revive your soul, give more strength to you, my friend, and make you learn more about our Maker, the executive director producer of this show, whom we really acknowledge. Here, what this book of wisdom tells us today about the Creator. The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. The statutes of the Lord are trustworthy, making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, giving joy to the heart. The commands of the Lord are radiant, giving light to the eyes. Psalm 19:7 going down. Isn't it interesting, my friend? The nature of this creator of ours. Well, interesting, good episode. Here, we are guided by the creator in spreading our message of peace to the whole world, ensuring all athletes like yourself live with honesty with one another, are able to forgive their neighbors when they are done wrong, my friend. And above all, the love of God is in each and every one of us in the whole world, which, my friend, we pass our message by reacting to good vibes videos from other athletes like yourself from different places of this world, showcasing the diversity of each and every human's culture, beliefs, my friend, and perspective. So, good vibes creature, as you go through these videos, have it in the back of your mind that our mission is to promote good vibes to the whole world. And together, my friend, we can make a significant change. Let's ask for help from our Maker and Redeemer before we dive in and take a look at the videos we have today. Dear Lord Father, thank you for your goodness and love. Thank you for your care, protection, Father. Thank you for unity together with your child, today's viewer, Father. All glory and honor belong unto you. Thank you, dear Lord, Father, for that gesture, dear Lord, that of uniting us, Father. You are wonderful. Dear Lord, as we react to the videos with your child here, help us, Father, to speak about love, to spread it to the whole world, Father, and to make a significant change together. Forgive us our sins as we do this, dear Lord, and intervene in our lives. May this viewer, dear Lord Father, receive blessings through these videos. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Interesting, wonderful soul of earth. Let's dive in. Good vibes.
I'm convinced that conspiracy theorists are just logical thinkers. Did you know that the person who's considered the most powerful doctor in the world is a philanthropist and not a doctor? Ironically, he's also the largest owner of farmland here in the US and sprays our produce with his own product that contains heavy metals that you can't see, taste, or wash off. He also wants us to be eating his synthetic lab-grown meat, lab-made butter, and even bugs to reduce our carbon footprint while he lives in a 66,000 square foot mansion and flies all over the country on private jets. And if things couldn't seem any more off, he's also one of the biggest investors in jabs, the most recent one which was just published in a peer-reviewed journal to cause real-time self-assembly of microscopic artificial structures, leading to debilitating injuries and even deaths. Fortunately for him though, he sold most of his shares back in 2021 when he realized it wasn't working and cashed out with hundreds of millions of dollars in profits. It's almost like conspiracy theorists simply used an incredible organ that sits between their ears to realize that it's not about our health or the planet, but rather someone's bank account.
All gods are in the world are triune gods. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Osiris, Isis, Horus, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. No, it's all a story. It's based on three. And then you have the three major religions, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. Why three? Why couldn't it be seven? No, and then you'll find out, no, you're playing with numbers now. There's something going on here, and it's encoded. Nobody reads anything, nobody cares. You just do what you do because they were born into it. So if you're Catholic, you just go to Catholic church, and you never realize that as a Catholic, you're worshiping a God named Dagon, D-A-G-O-N, is the God of Catholicism. Nobody knows anything about Dagon, and nobody cares. Why? Because it's just a church. So we go to church and we feel good, and we have all our friends there. And I said, yeah, but you're worshiping Dagon, goofball. Do you know that? Do you know who Dagon was?
Who?
Do you know what Dagon is? Because it's right there in front of you if you just look at the church.
Aujourd'hui aussi, c'est un autre jour.
Jezus Chrystus.
Have you heard about the theory that if your eyes look a certain way, you're destined to live a horrible life? Wait, what?
The New World Order. What is all that about?
Let's start with the annuit coeptus. Annuit coeptus is Latin, meaning our enterprise or our project is now a success or has been crowned with success. So then you say, well, your project is now crowned with success. What is the project? Novus Ordo Seclorum, which is novus, meaning new, ordo, order, the new order. Seclorium is the word secular in Latin, meaning the world, the new order of the world. You will notice that there are 13 layers in the pyramid. There are 13 letters in Annuit coeptus. There are 13 stars above the head of the eagle. There are 13 berries and 13 leaves. There are 13 arrows. There are 13 stripes. Everything is done in sequence of 13 except the wings, which are 32 and 33 of the 32nd degree and 33rd degree of Freemasonry. I want to draw your attention to the right-hand side of the $1 bill at the top on the 1. Right here on the little curvature, if you look very closely, you will see an owl. It is used as a symbol because it sees things in the dark. The owl is an occult symbol used by the Bohemian Society and the Illuminati in general. It is used as a symbol because it sees things in the dark, and that's why it's wise, implying that our political leaders are seeing things in the dark. They are aware of many dark things which are going on, and that's why they're wise, and you're not.
I am dealing with the harsh reality that a heightened level of one's consciousness often leads to increased levels of isolation. And it's not that the emotionally intelligent or those who we would deem to be spiritually aware desire aloneness, because most of us don't. It's just the unfortunate result of an unwillingness to regress to a lower state or a lessened moral behavior for the sake of fellowship. In other words, I'm not about to act a fool, put up with abuse, endure what I don't enjoy, or do something out of character just to say I'm not alone. With a greater understanding of one's individual value comes a lesser tolerance for being devalued, unappreciated, undervalued, or disrespected. Those who improve themselves remove themselves from any environment that doesn't appreciate their presence. Because it takes so much work to get to a place of esteem and confidence to whereas you see yourself as valuable. So when you sense any regression around you, you want no part of that. It's the simplicity of the realization that the more I love God, the more I love myself. The more I love myself, the more I love others. But if I devalue myself, then my treatment toward others will become questionable. So I have to guard how I value myself. When your thinking elevates to that level, you then realize that the reciprocation for poor treatment is not poor treatment. The reciprocation for poor treatment is absence. Imbalance leads to collapse, and that which is uneven can never be equal. So why give ample energy to someone who's only offering minimal effort to you? Proximity, protection, and emotional boundaries are just a part of being relationally intelligent. You're doing it for your own betterment so that you can not only love you, but you can efficiently.
At the bottom of a market, if the price spikes up, you should see the volume rising. So every time you see a spike up, the volume should rise on that spike. That's accumulation. In the distribution stage, as the price falls, the volume should rise. And as the price spikes up, the volume should fall. By looking at price and volume, you can actually tell whether you're in an accumulation phase or a distribution phase. That's in an ideal world.
After watching this video, you may never use an emoji again, and for good reason. The reason that all of our emojis look the same across all major communication platforms, Android, Samsung, Mac, Microsoft, is because of this company called Unicode. And they have standardized emojis and little icons across the board. Well, previously on their website, one of their members was the Sultan of Oman. And you may be thinking, what the Sam Damn does Oman have to do with Unicode? Well, the Lesser Key of Solomon is a black magic book with 72 different sigils summoning demonic entities. A sigil is a symbol that has a lot of power attached to it, and the crafting of these sigils is considered to be one of the highest magical arts. Do you know how many face core original emojis there were? There was 72, just like there were 72 sigils for summoning demons. Now, the original emojis that came out were very sigilistic, black and white. But we have the rendered version here now, and you see the resemblance is uncanny. And the original rendered and the sigil for summoning demons. And we have this one, this one, this one, another, boom. So basically by using these emojis, you are essentially using a sigil for summoning demonic entities. The question is, what effect does this have on us? And why was it very important to get a uniform emoji across the board for all of us to use? Follow for part 2, comment your thoughts below.
The basic tool for manipulation of reality is the manipulation of words. If you can control the meaning of the words, you can control the people who must use the words. To give you an example, when you are purchasing a property, you have to sign a contract with your lawyer. Even though the terms and conditions are written in English, it can seem like gibberish to most. This is because it is written in legalese format to confuse those that are signing the contract. It's all just a manipulation on linguistics, and that is the con. A con is to deceive someone by lying or tricking them into believing something. The word mortgage is derived from the old French word which means death pledge. That's why it takes you approximately 30 years to pay it off. About the same amount of time for someone that has been sentenced to life imprisonment.
Ever since Megan Thee Stallion made her comeback in 2024, there has been something off about her. Her entire image became much darker, and it could be seen in all of her recent videos. If you have seen any of the videos Megan has been putting out this year, you might have noticed this demonic serpent theme used in all of her videos. This is the same imagery she continued to show in her latest music video from Amushi. Again, the central theme for this music video is Megan being a serpent who devours men. In the video, we see Megan Thee Stallion transform into a serpent and devour a man whole while she's supposed to be hooking up with him. She does the exact same thing in the very next scene, showing herself transform into a giant serpent and swallow another man. A lot of this serpent imagery ties back to the occult and its connection to ancient Rome. In ancient Rome, the serpent goddess Hangita was associated with witches, snakes, and magic. In Lanuvium, which was close to Rome, a big snake was declared a god, and they offered sacrifices to it. This is exactly what Megan Thee Stallion is showing us, depicting herself as a snake goddess who devours the men she encountered. Some would say just like she did to Tory Lanez after he got involved with her. In another scene of the video, we see Megan Thee Stallion dancing in front of a red moon, which is again another indication of occult practice. Like I exposed before, occultists practice something called moon magic. In moon magic, the red moon represents a rebirth and a great change. This was the same imagery shown to us at this year's BET Award, with Will Smith rapping inside of a magical circle with a red moon behind him. All this imagery is connected. She is showing herself as a serpent.
Now I know why it's called Eyes Wide Shut, because that movie shows you something about real life, how these people in power really live. And they don't mind having to kill a prostitute as part of the ritual. They couldn't care less. They rape and plunder, and then after they're through with you, then they will kill you. And then they take off the mask the next day, and they're your top attorneys, your politicians, your doctors, and all of the cream of society. But at night, they belong to secret societies, put on masks. Nothing has ever frightened me, more legitimately frightened me as an adult, than Eyes Wide Shut. And I got to the place in the movie where that very sophisticated European guy is dancing with Tom Cruise's wife, or the girl, and he's playing this young girl. And when I saw that, I turned it off because I know where this is going. I already know. This guy is not looking for sex and with a young girl. No, this guy is devious. This is human sacrifice kind of stuff. This guy is really bad. And I knew it. I could just tell by the music and tell by the look on this guy's face. I don't want to see this. This is dark stuff. This is demonic and depravity.
How many of you women thought Gloria Steinem was doing you a favor? Gloria Steinem is a communist who created the concept of feminism to destroy American family life. Feminism is not good for you. Being a responsible woman is good for you. Being a good person is good for you. Whether you choose to do it in business or in the home doesn't make any difference to me. And yes, you should get equal pay for equal work. And yes, you should have the vote and all of this other stuff. But feminism? Feminism is war between women and men. It was created intentionally to destroy the basic unit of freedom in this country, and that's the family.
This is the World Submarine Cables Map. I want you to think of South America as 1, Africa as 2, and Australia as 3. Notice how there is no cables from here to here or here to here. You might ask, why is that important? Here's why. The reason you will never see these cables connected is because look how far the distance is from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, and the vast distance from 1 to 3. But Ryan, what about these cables here? Oh yeah, you mean the short distance right here? But you might ask yourself, Ryan, why is that important? Over 99% of the world's internet traffic, including international phone calls and data transfers, rely on cables. Not satellites, cables. Y'all, pull up any map of sea cables and you will see that none of these touch. Because we live on a flat, geocentric plane.
Crazy as cat shit. And got all the answers in court. They asked the crazy white man, crazy white man, why did you kill your wife? I was sleepwalking. This is a very unusual case. We'll have to study it. Crazy nigga, why'd you kill your wife? I was sleepwalking. Oh, nigga, really? Well, we're going to put you to sleep. We're going to put an end to all of this. No, nigga, there'll be no more walking around. Crazy white man, why did you wake up and kill everybody in the house? I don't remember. He doesn't remember. What an unusual case. We'll have to study this. Crazy nigga, why did you wake up in the project and kill everybody? I don't remember. 2,000 years, nigga, I bet you will remember. Crazy white man, why did you wake up and kill everybody on your block? I'm 12 different personalities. 12 different people? How unusual. We'll have to study this. Crazy nigga, why did you wake up and kill everybody at BET on your job? Because I'm 12 different personalities. Oh, really, nigga? Well, pick who you want to be, because some nigga's going to jail. Bob, Fred, we don't give a damn. A nigga's going to jail today.
As you surf the internet, as you watch videos or check your social feed, the algorithms will be monitoring. The algorithm tracks your eye movements, your blood pressure, your brain activity, and tells you who you are. Now imagine the situation in 10 or 20 years when an algorithm can tell any teenager exactly where he or she is on the gay-straight spectrum.
I think that, it's more or less because...
What did he just say?
Wow.
Can tell any teenager exactly where he or she is on the gay-straight spectrum.
What the fuck just happened? The interview's over. Shut it off. No, shut it off. Get the fuck out of here, Daryl.
I am Marshall's publicist, and I'm telling you to pull a fucking plug right now.
This is gold. I am not cutting this interview off. This is the best interview we've ever done.
What happens if I just do this?
Company called Ambrosia claims to do, and they just opened a new facility right here in the Houston area.
Rekha Mudaraj spoke to the founder to find out how young blood works.
It's a controversial startup. Ambrosia is the brainchild of Dr. Jesse Karmazin, and right now there are 5 clinics located across the U.S. Karmazin says 150 people have already gone through the process, and several of them have even done it a second time.
My name is Jesse Karmazin, and as you heard, I'm the founder of Ambrosia, and we're a company interested in making you young again.
Dr. Jesse Karmazin believes the fountain of youth is filled with blood, young blood, preferably that of a person under the age of 25.
We know that as you get older, your stem cells aren't replicating as well as when you were young. And this leads to most illnesses.
He explained the science behind it during the Superhuman Summit in 2017.
And when they were sewn together, he found that the old mouse, which received the blood of the young mouse, became young again. So its gray hair turned black. It could remember mazes better. Its heart pumped better. In fact, in every way, it became young again.
If vampires are the first thing that comes to mind, Karmazin, in a phone interview with us, explained the process doesn't involve blood in its entirety, but plasma, the white translucent component that remains after white and red blood cells and platelets are removed. The results?
Their wrinkles are better. Their skin has a better color to it. And furthermore, on the medical front, we're seeing improvements in patients with symptoms of Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's, diabetes.
And by measuring biomarkers, he told me people have also shown improvements in cholesterol levels and inflammation. There is no published data to prove these claims, although Karmazin says scientific evidence from his clinical trials will soon be available. In the meantime, people continue to sign up for treatments on the company's website, which cost $8,000 for a liter of plasma, $12,000 for 2 liters. Just another sign that the promise of youth is a booming business.
If you're vaccinated, you don't have a risk, and that's the reason why we say it's as simple as black and white. You're vaccinated, you're safe. You're unvaccinated, you're at risk. Simple as that.
I mean, I got infected about 2 weeks ago. It was my 3rd infection, and I had been vaccinated and boosted a total of 6 times.
الإسرائيليين لا يقاتلون ضد الفلسطيني فقط، يقاتلون ضد الأمة العربية. هذا قتال الوجود وليس قتال حدود. وهم ينتظرون اليوم الذي يحل فيه المشكل الفلسطيني لكي يتفرغوا للهجوم على بقية الشعوب العربية. الخندق الفلسطيني يقاوم نيابة عنكم. يجب دعمه وحشد كل الإمكانيات وراء الخندق الفلسطيني. إذا سقط هذا الخط ستتقدم القوات الإسرائيلية إلى البلاد العربية ومحيط الخليج. يريدون إقامة إمبراطورية إسرائيلية فوق الأرض العربية. ما تسمعوا حكاية الكلام مسيرة السلام. خداع، تدجيل على الجماهير. أي مسيرة سلام؟ مسيرة دمار ومذابح في لبنان، في سوريا، في فلسطين، في تونس، في ليبيا. الآن يدفن الفلسطينيون أحياء وهم أحياء في فلسطين اليوم. هذه فرضها الانحطاط وضعف العزيمة العربية. هذا الجيل، جيل الغرب، إلى الغرب الآن يريد تدمير الحدود وإقامة الوحدة وإقامة القوة ومواجهة التحدي بالتحدي وتحرير فلسطين. هذا يتحدي، أمة تتحدى فيكم، يجب أنكم تتحدوا هذه الأمة. لماذا؟ هل أنتم جبناء؟ ما عندكمش إمكانيات؟ أمة أمريكية تتحدى فيكم، يجب أن تتحداها، مش تطاطوا الرأس أمامها. ما تسمعوش أي كلام. يا وحدة يا تصبحوا زي الهنود الحمر، تسمعوا الهنود الحمر وإلى الأمام ونحن نستمر.
What is the God frequency?
62. 9 plus 6 plus 3, that's 18. And 8 is 9. It's pretty much like 32. Plus 2 plus 2. 6 plus 2. 10. Look at that. 64. 6 plus 18. Plus 2 plus 9 plus 6, 18, plus 8 is 9.
Israel has to wage this big war, which is already planned long ago.
And the territory of the state of Israel will dramatically expand. And the Palestinian problem will be solved because they'll be exported out. That is the massive human rights crime. But Israel has a PhD in deception. Because it's Dajjal at the back of this, the mastermind. Israel has to wage her big war and make it appear as though she was only defending herself. How is Israel going to launch this big war and yet get away from being perceived by the whole of humanity as the aggressor, blatant aggression? You have to come with a good strategy.
So a couple years ago when Kanye was going on his rant, Kanye told us that Corey Gamble was a plant and he was first working for Diddy. And I can never skip the fact that Corey Gamble was at Kim Porter's house when she passed away. They were not even together during this time. And then Kanye said Corey Gamble went to Justin Bieber to be his tour manager after working for Diddy. We all know the rumors about Justin Bieber and Diddy. I don't even have to get into that. But it's super weird that you end up from Diddy to Justin Bieber. And then he explained this is when Corey Gamble got with Kris Jenner. Kanye even listed the names of people who had to do whatever they were told, naming Jay-Z and Beyonce. He also named Meek Mills and Lil Boosie, and he said the reason that these people have to listen to whatever they're told and pull on Kanye's coattail while he was outing everything so publicly is because they unalived people. He even posted the text messages on his Instagram to Diddy. Didn't like our combo, I'm selling these teas. And at the end he said, come do something illegal to me, please. Diddy actually texted back kind of crazy saying, send me an address. Let's stop playing these internet games and don't feel threatened. You'll be fine. Just love. And during all of these rants, he was talking about people who got offed in the industry like Michael Jackson, Prince, and even Aaron Carter. And the rumor being spread is Aaron Carter was about to out everything happening in Hollywood. And weirdly enough, before Aaron Carter passed away, he actually said on Twitter, yo Kanye, let's talk man to man.
So I have a friend who knows and met Diddy right before all this chaos broke out. And what I know about his connection to all of these people is important on a global scale. I have to be very careful with what I say here because if I shared everything I know about this, most people just would not be able to grasp, and I don't want to get my account removed. So all major celebrities, if you look it up, have some kind of connection to a major alcohol brand. Well, why alcohol? Because alcohol historically has been used to extract the soul essence out of plants, living things, including yourself. Now, before Diddy had his alcohol brand, he was signed to one of the largest record labels, Atlantic. Atlantic is owned by Warner Bros., which is owned by the two largest investment funds, BlackRock and Vanguard. Also own all major record labels, all major beverage and food companies, and all of these companies, your social media, what you see, what you don't see. If you're still not understanding the point of what I'm saying here, there's a big club and you're not in it. And the way you get in this club is not what you think. It's not by selling your own SOUL. It's by making an energetic deal to exploit the masses on a large scale in exchange for money, wealth, power, and bypassing karmic law. Celebrities promote darkness, alcohol, other things that you take, violence, casual sex. In their music, in the things that they do, when they do it publicly, they are escaping karmic debt. As in the public eye, if you think the way of darkness is light, then the light is given to the false prophets. Don't forget, the people who own these musicians and celebrities are also the same people who own the largest alcohol brand